But nonetheless, we're going to be ready for some showers and downpours tomorrow. And actually, tomorrow looks a little more favorable for some stronger storms that could even have some gusty winds kind of mixed in with them a little bit. So even though the chances of rain are a bit lower, sometimes it means that in the way that not all rain is the same, that we could actually have stormier weather tomorrow, even though the chances are a bit lower. We'll discuss that a little bit more in detail as we're kind of moving through things here a little bit. This upper level low is pretty much the main forcing mechanism here that's getting all of this moisture squeezed up here with our jet stream, kind of getting us plenty of rain here in southeast Texas. And we've got another system set up behind that. This one will continue to move on in. That's why we have multiple days of the rain that we're looking for. And it's not just us really getting a lot of precipitation. This is extending well up pretty much towards the Great Lakes, and it's a bit more of a mess here once you get north of the Red River into Oklahoma, into Arkansas, Missouri, and continuing on up. That's where ice is becoming a lot more of a concern because there's a lot colder air up in that part of the country. We're much milder. The influences of the Gulf of Mexico and those east to southeast winds are really making its way back in, and we'll see even more of that over the next couple of days with the temperatures. But you'll notice our lightning counter is on here, and you can see some of those lightning strikes. So these aren't just showers or in little downpours. There's definitely some thunder and lightning that's mixed in with it, maybe even some gusty winds, but we're not looking for those severe weather as far as the storms that we're looking at for today. More showers up and moving now a little further to the northeast, that organized at least past Lake Livingston, but that next area that's a little bit less organized out to the west is continuing to get itself a little bit more organized, even some heavier downpours out near the Columbus area. And if you're down in the Wharton area, get ready. It looks like you got a next sort of line. So this is going to continue for another round at least. But I do think we'll get a little bit of a break in the overnight hours, and we'll look at that in just a minute. I want to show you the Weather Prediction Center, what their expectations are as far as excessive rainfall, in other words, flooding possibilities. 15% chance here with this yellow shading. That's certainly all of us in the Fox 26 viewing area. And notice how the bullseye for tomorrow is a little bit more to our northeast, and actually now getting into a 40% chance from the Weather Prediction Center as far as the flooding happening over a little further to our east and northeast. But we're certainly in the opportunity that we could see some of that short-term street flooding. And then even more rain once we get into Wednesday. Again, this is where the focus is, so not including Houston, but we're still in that second level of threat, a 15% chance that some of that could get a little bit of a problem. So that's why we're continuing to stay connected. Now, I talked about the severe weather. Just a quick reminder, in the meteorological world, if you hear meteorologists say severe storms, there's a little bit more specific definition of what that means. That's going to be a storm that could have a tornado in it. It could have damaging winds, or it could also have large hail. So from the Storm Prediction Center, this is their graphic that they put out for severe storm possibilities. You'll notice this very lightest green, the unlikely, is what we have all across Texas. So yes, we're looking for showers. Yes, we're looking for downpours. Thunder and lightning could also be a part of that, but severe, those damaging winds and such, not expected. That's for today. I'll switch now for Tuesday. Things change a little bit. The lowest possibilities there, in other words, it is possible, something to be aware of 1 out of 5 threat, all of the Fox 26 viewing area included in that. So that's what I was talking about. Even though our chances of rain are actually lower for tomorrow, our chances for a stronger storm, possibly even severe, is higher than what we have across the area today. So be aware of that as we're moving through this sort of event. As I mentioned, today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Fox 26 Storm Alert Day. Showers and downpours, rounds of it, not just during the day, but continuing into the night is a possibility, although I don't think we'll have a lot tonight, maybe some other evenings. We keep the showers and storms happening on Tuesday and Wednesday. This could actually even get extended into Thursday as well, although the confidence right now is a little bit low for that. And overall, if you add up that rain over this 3-day period, we're looking at that 4 to 7 inches as a possibility. Now, the Weather Prediction Center not getting an update here on my map. That's unusual. Let's see if we get the next graphic ready. Okay, this one is going to cooperate. Let me back up. Let me try it again to give it another chance to show that accumulation overall. Let's see if it wants to do it. There it is. Sometimes it just takes an extra shot there. You can see it's actually populating in right now, so must be getting a new update from the Weather Prediction Center on their expectations. This is 5 days worth of rain, so I was talking about 4 to 7 inches over the next 3 days. Over the next 5 days, this is what the Weather Prediction Center is expecting, and that's certainly over 5 inches of rain for some of us. And again, we can kind of break that down a little bit. It looks like I talked about how the bullseye is not necessarily going to be on us here in Houston for tomorrow, but it's certainly, we're close enough, and there's going to be a lot of rain in the neighborhood. We definitely looking for more rain on Wednesday. And the Thursday, Friday, I do think it's going to rain, but we're not looking for as strong a downpour. So I think it might be more of a scattered shower than a heavy downpour that's happening over and over. Sticking with the accumulated rainfall idea, this is going to be for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and through Thursday at lunch. This is the expectations of our European model, and looks like, again, definitely over 4 inches of rain for some of us. Now, the American model is a little bit more aggressive. You're going to see that as we roll on through. First of all, pretty much most of this rain happening in the daytime on Monday, getting a break Monday night, but then things quickly flare up again on Tuesday and into early Wednesday. These expectations are higher. It's closer up into 5 to 6, and as I mentioned, even 7 isolated areas, as much as 8 or more could be happening. So in the short term, for the rest of the day today, we're going to get the bulk of the rain moved out. These isolated downpours and showers are happening into the overnight. We get a little bit of a break from the heavier rain. You'll notice the lighter green here representing even a possibility of a shower happening. And then we get into Tuesday. Now, unlike today where we had a big batch of rain in the morning, I think most of the rain for tomorrow will be later in the day, perhaps after lunch. Certainly we could have some rain in the morning, but these heavier downpours and everything I think will be in the afternoon instead of what we saw across the area, especially in the western portions of our viewing area for this morning. So our chances of rain, very high over the next 3 days. Fox 26 Storm Alert Day. Be safe. Make sure you're making smart decisions. I want to say that I think the best thing you can do is just give yourself extra time no matter what you're doing. When you're stressed, you are more likely to make a bad choice. And so when you're dealing with water on the roadways and you're rushing, or you're trying to decide, am I going to drive through this water or not? Don't drive through the water. But I know if you have that pressure of you've got to be somewhere, then it makes it a little bit more difficult to make that decision. As we move through the end of the week, although there are some questions exactly what the rain will look like on Thursday, I do think as we get into Friday and Saturday, we're certainly drying out. And I think we'll have the sunshine return towards the weekend. And after a very soggy week, we'll be very welcome to that. And our temperatures will get a little bit closer to normal. You'll notice how mild our temperatures will be, back into the 70s probably. That's that influence of the Gulf of Mexico, that tropical moisture that'll be kind of influencing us somewhat. But that kind of gets moved out. We get a little bit of cooler air once we get back into the weekend. All right, don't forget, however you're watching me right now, coming up at 3:30, we'll have the debrief happening, and then I will be back at 4 p.m. with another update on the Fox 26 radar and our Fox 26 Storm Alert days, and then of course we'll have the newscast coming up at 5. So let's stay connected the rest of the day.